The Bandicoot is back and all is right in the gaming world again. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best and worst Crash Bandicoot video games. For more gaming videos, check out our new spin-off channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed character origins, and insightful commentary. Mojo Plays, games smarter. For this list, we're considering almost every entry. As much as we loved the Insane Trilogy, it was only a remaster of the first 3 games, and this video will not include it. Number 5 worst, Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 3D. Yes, because Crash Bandicoot was destined to become the king of mobile gaming, Nitro Kart 3D wasn't at fault for microtransactions or anything of the sort, actually. Rather, it was panned for its failure to resemble any of the characters in its roster, despite using classic character portraits. Oxide looks like a cheesy xenomorph, and Ripto looks like some sort of ripoff of Kangaroo Jack. And can someone tell us who is Yaya Panda? Like, who are you? As for the courses, they felt uninspired and kinda lacked any sort of personality, something the previous Crash Nitro Kart succeeded in. Things may have improved in the sequel, but Crash's home is on the consoles, not on telephones. Number 5, best, Crash Twinsanity.
Crash! Where are you, big brother? There's something weird going on in the bay! Come see!
Crash has some pretty decent titles on the PS2, but the one that shined the most was Crash Twinsanity. While it did have its fair share of bugs and glitches like the other Crash games across the 6th generation, it succeeds in attempting some unique ideas that work well. With the premise of Crash and Cortex teaming up to defeat a pair of interdimensional birds, Twinsanity's linear structure boasts some open-world environments, allowing us to freely explore a little bit more of Crash's world. Players got some of the funniest writing in Crash Bandicoot's history. Interesting, intriguing, and fun, Twinsanity is an adventure no hardcore Crash fan should pass on.
Yes! In the dark ocean of my intellect swims a magnificent whale of a plan!
Number 4 worst, Crash of the Titans.
Okay, hand me the transpalooper. The purple thingy.
Remember that weird period when game characters were getting redesigned so they could be edgy, cool, and hip with the kids? Well, poor Crash. From a gameplay standpoint, this wasn't incredibly terrible. However, what ruined the whole thing was how it disrespected much of the franchise. With the dialogue written to produce the cheapest of laughs, the game became a tour of characters becoming walking stereotypes and loud noise.
Honestly, you're just awesome. I'll tell you where to go!
Twinsanity may have had slapstick and absurd humor, but at least it was done with some class and some intellect. Crash of the Titans just became a playable Saturday morning cartoon full of fart jokes.
Crash, I really am cross with you. I'm just trying to do my job, and you go and cause all this chaos. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to eat your face.
Number 4 best, Crash Bandicoot. We wouldn't have our marsupial buddy without this game, or without this game trying to copy Mario 64, but whatever. The first Crash Bandicoot showed that a certain plumber was not the only sheriff in town. We can admit that even to this day, our age goes off the charts in levels like Road to Nowhere or Sunset Vista, but that's just what makes this game so unique, right? No matter how many times we get Crash killed, we're still coming back and trying again. And oh man, is it such a sweet victory when you reach that yellow teleporter. This is what made Crash Bandicoot the mascot of the first PlayStation and showed the world that Sony could compete with the likes of Nintendo and Sega.
The Vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Number 3 worst, Crash Mind Over Mutant.
Bad credit? No credit? Disgusting personal habits? Just put on the helmet already!
Okay, if the first one didn't work out so well, who would have thought that round 2 would suffice? While bringing back Dr. Embryo back into the franchise was admittedly spectacular, this was simply not enough to save Mind Over Mutant. We can appreciate the effort and passion that went into the animation, but this ended up working against Vicarious Visions. The constant change in art style turned the game into a jumbled mess of references and gags, which constantly affected the narrative's potential. By the time you actually finish the game, you're kind of left wondering what the hell just happened.
Now, run along to the other side of the island. I've got new evil plans to start.
Number 3 best, Crash Team Racing. It's kind of hard to believe that Naughty Dog had never developed a kart racer prior to this, as it basically ticks all the boxes you need and then some. The heavy reliance on drifting forces players to strategize what turns are perfect for boosting. Every track feels alive with their own environments and features music that will be stuck in your head long after you've turned it off. Plus, the adventure mode, that glorious adventure mode with its intense boss battles and the awesome hub world that felt like it was built for karting practice. So all in all, we got our fingers crossed for a PS4 remaster. Number 2 worst, Crash Bandicoot Purple, Ripto's Rampage. The Crash and Spyro the Dragon franchises have made numerous references to each other over the years, and throughout those years, fans have been clamoring for Crash and Spyro to cross over. And they sorta got it, but this isn't how they wanted it. Nothing about this game is fun. Platforming levels were dull and felt like more of a drag than the imposing minigames, but those minigames talk about the perfect blend of frustration and tedious. You wanna know something funny? This is actually considered to be better than its cousin, Spyro Orange, the Cortex Conspiracy. Number 2 best, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Whoa, what an overhaul. Crash 2 wasn't just an improvement in graphics and animation, but in design and gameplay variety too. With the help of some of the best music in the franchise, each level had something memorable about itself. Whether we're traversing through sewers infested with electric eels, jumping around temple ruins, riding on polar bears, or dealing with awkward jetpack controls, there was basically never a dull moment in Crash 2. It can be tough for a sequel to improve upon its already successful formula, but Crash 2 managed to exceed expectations.
What do you suppose happened to Cortex? And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
Number 1 worst, Crash Boom Bang. If you were to line this up with every other game in the franchise, this DS title would stick out like a sore thumb. Crash and friends must travel the world to search for treasures and win a prize of $100 million. Why would Crash want that? Crash doesn't need no money when he's got Wumpa Fruit, son. We just don't understand why this game was made. The story makes no sense, the minigames are insanely boring, and the ever-changing gameplay makes everything, confusing? The characters also don't even look like themselves. And don't get us started on those annoying speech balloon taunts. Just why? Why even? Number 1 best, Crash Bandicoot Warped.
No other power source left on this planet. I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks.
What can we say that hasn't already been said? Warped was the perfect finale for the Bandicoots trilogy. While the jet ski, racing, and underwater levels added plenty of variety, the platforming levels and boss battles proved to be just as challenging as their predecessors. The addition of time relics gave us plenty of reason to go back and replay levels to unlock the true ending too. Overall, it was just pure, simple fun, and it's gone down as the most memorable entry in the franchise. Hey, with a jam and theme song like that, how can you forget it? Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.